This is Inside Indiana Business Radio for the morning of Wednesday, August 7th, 2024. I'm Alex Brown. After 12 years at Victoria National Golf Club in Newburgh, the Korn Ferry Tour Championship will take place beginning next month at the Pete Dye Course at French Lick Resort. Ron Romaine, executive chairman of Evansville-based United Companies, says the event generates approximately $10 million in economic impact.
I'm really pleased with the fact we started out in Evansville, and I wanted to do something that would have an impact in that southwest Indiana region. And moving it up here really gives us a little more of a statewide feel. This tournament is broadcast in 185 countries around the world on the Golf Channel, so we get good exposure for Indiana, for southwest Indiana.
Previous events have drawn about 25,000 people to southwest Indiana. The championship runs September 29th through October 6th. Anderson University President John Pistole will retire at the end of the 2024-25 academic year, the university announced Tuesday. Pistole became Anderson's fifth president in 2015. The university said it will begin a search to find his successor, though a timeline was not provided. Gen Con saw a sold-out record crowd of more than 71,000 attendees this year, a spike in interest that comes as organizers plot efforts to grow the event even further. David Hoppy, president of the Tabletop Gaming Convention, says talks are already underway about further expanding the show in Indianapolis, as work continues on an expansion of the Indiana Convention Center and construction of a new Signia by Hilton hotel. From the number one source for Indiana business news, this is Inside Indiana Business Radio.
IBJ Media, Inside Indiana Business, and the Indiana Economic Development Corporation invite you to the Engage Indiana series, presented by CareSource, Indiana University, and Old National Bank. With an unrelenting focus on growing Indiana's economy, we'll dive into each region's unique challenges and distinct opportunities for growth. 9 regions, one goal. Indiana's bold future starts here. Discover more and register at ibj.com/engage.
On June 17th, Aria Leary began her new role as Community Affairs and Special Projects Director for the City of Evansville. In a Q&A for our Evansville Region Report newsletter, Leary said the newly created position was one that was necessary for the city.
There was really no one pushing city initiatives within the mayor's office. As far as specific events and things like that, it was just sort of shared duties amongst the people who were working in the office. There was no clear line on whose responsibility is this. In our office, we have communications director, deputy mayor, city attorney, and the administrative assistant. So no one really had that role of event planning and sort of that community affairs, relationship building sort of role. So that networking component now belongs to me.
Leary said some of her early responsibilities have been centered around the newly established Mayor's Youth Council and organizing efforts for 812 Day, a community celebration event taking place on Monday. You can read the full Q&A at InsideIndianaBusiness.com. U.S. News & World Report has revealed its ranking of the 2024 healthiest communities, and 7 Indiana counties made the cut. The ranking evaluates communities based on 92 metrics across 10 main categories, including population health, equity, and public safety. Hamilton County in central Indiana is the highest-ranked Hoosier community on the list at number 5, and is the only Indiana representative in the top 50. The other Indiana communities included are Boone, Hancock, Hendricks, Warwick, Johnson, and Du Bois counties. Longtime media personality Pat Carlini is this week's guest on the Business and Beyond podcast with Gary Dick, presented by PNC, a weekly conversation with high-profile Hoosiers in business, sports, and entertainment, and beyond. Available now from your favorite podcast provider. I'm Alex Brown for Inside Indiana Business Radio on Demand.